Hey everybody, Steve 87th here in the train room. Just giving you guys an update on my Jac Jac challenge. I am still waiting for parts, and the building has been sitting around. Here, let me show you. It's been sitting around there, just waiting for parts to come in. So some of my parts are starting to come in, and hopefully I can get going with it. So let's see where I'm at so far. Just a real quick video. Got the square done. However, we need something to put the roof on with. So what I've done is I've taken this piece and I've cut it all the way through except for the bottom layer, and gone ahead and shaped it into the angle that I need, and I'll put it across there, and I'll probably hook a couple of posts up in the middle of this, and this will all be nice and straight for the roof. And then I'll put another piece in here that will also get this roof taken care of, because it's kind of funny, this roof actually goes right into this roof, so there is no difference between the two of them there. And I had to cut this piece back a little bit because it was in the way, but that's what I'm doing. So and then, like I said, I'll put some posts probably down through the middle to give it some extra strength when we put the roof on. And once again, you guys can see I put the beam in across there. I have got a center stanchion ready to go. I also have a side stanchion that's ready to go there as well, which is going to go in this area, right from here to here, but that'll be in the center. And that should give me enough support for my roofing, my first set of roofing, okay? Remember, all of this is going to be done by plastic later, but so I was worried about using the thick stuff, so I'd really love to get some 1 mil the next time. But my wife has some chipboard, and if nobody knows what chipboard is basically what they make boxes out of. What they make like cereal boxes out of and all that. So this is coming up at looks like 64, it should be 0.64 mils. I just look. Minus 0.025. Fractions minus 2 point, yeah, whatever. Okay. So it's coming up at minus 64. Which means that it's not quite a mil. It's still underneath a mil. Whereas this, we already know is 2 mil. Oh, no, wait a minute. We need to zero this, sorry. Okay, let's do this again then. We'll leave that in there. So you can see here, this is a little over a mil. So this is right around a mil. You know, whereas this is 2. The 2 is stronger, but the 1 will be a little bit more flexible, which will give me a little bit more room for what I want to do. So that's the 2 mil. So this will become the roof material, this brown stuff, like I said. They make it a lot thinner now, but that's kind of what your cereal boxes used to be made out of. And it'll make it easier for me to bind up the roofs that I need to, and then do the roofs that way. And then you got to remember, everything is going to be covered by plastic. So this is the outer shell, and we've got an inner shell to go. So like I said, those are all my mid supports. There's things I could have done. I could have put in another whole wall to make the mid supports. Sorry about the glare. White on white doesn't work too well. I could have put in another wall in the middle. I could have cut a couple of different walls, but with the shapes that are on there, I just figured this will work. I wanted to get this done. And then the reason you see that I don't have any cutouts or anything like that, like I said, I've got to put plastic on this, and most of the plastic will take care of where the windows are going to be and all that kind of stuff. And probably what I'll wind up doing is making this black behind them so you get the dark scents in there. Okay, so remember how when we talk about in plastics and stuff like that, you never want to get rid of your extras? You don't want to get rid of your extras either in paper, okay, because it actually becomes pretty good. So what I've done is I've mocked up the roof that's going to go on here. and then I put in some support beams, that will tell me exactly where my roof's got to go to. And there it is. It's pretty close. It sits on there. I don't have to worry about it because I'm not ready to actually glue that roof on yet. So the next thing that I have to do is this next big expanse. My biggest problem here is that I have a break right there. Now remember, I told you the way that this roof is actually built is this section of the roof, it doesn't like go up to a wall and then this connects on the overhang. This goes right into that section of the roof and then it stops it. And then so it makes it a continuous line all the way from one side to the other. So that's what I have to kind of try to emulate here. So what I'm going to do, what I've done is I've taken the measurement. Again, it's really handy to have calipers when you're doing these things. And millimeters are sometimes a lot easier. Taking my measurement here, okay, 59.3. Came over here, made sure that it is the same measurement, which it is. Okay, we're going to mark it here on this larger piece, which I haven't cut yet because we've got this section that has to go as well as the overhang. And then we're just going to score this. Now, if you guys remember, scoring is just taking a light pass over it so that you break the fibers in the paper so that you can bend it easier. And we're just going to bend that right on through. Now understand, this is not the final roof. What happens is once I get this taken care of, and I can then cut this in here and then finish off the roof that way, there is going to be there's a whole metal roof that goes on top of this whole thing. So, but this gives it the strength and gives it all of the backing underneath and all that it needs so that I can do that. And you can do this with everything, right? If you think about this, this would be the plywood that you would put on top of the rafters for the roof and all that kind of stuff. And then you would just lay your tar paper over top of it and then everything else. So you're building it just the same way. So you can see down here how that doesn't fit flat. So we got to break that edge and then come back and then bend it a little bit, and then we'll come and make the actual measurement on that side. All right, so there we go. We got a roof on. We got a side on. See it over there. Held together with tape right now. We don't have it glued on. Over on this side, over here. One of the nice things is I don't have the supports in the center, and that looks pretty rigid. That one little support that I put across here made it pretty tight. So, pretty happy with the way all of that turned out. So, we've got all the walls up and the first big section of roof. Now the next big section of roof is going to be the front along with the porch. And then there's also a back door that goes back there. So we'll see if we can start working on those next. And then I'm waiting for all of the lights and all of the windows that come along with this, and the doors, and the front doors here. And I have to make some sliding barn doors there. And then we've got actually two man doors back over here. Let me turn it around over here. We actually have a man door up here. There's going to be a man door up on this area. Kind of, but it's just going to be cut out of the same material as the roofing. We've got a door here, dead center, a door here, and then a loading door there. So, got a bunch of things that we got to do. Okay, so that's where I'm at. Okay, and then the update for this at the very end for Jac Jac Scratch is I got my first box of stuff from Micromark today. So I'll be able to start putting the sidings on. So hopefully I'm still in this contest because I can make the dates if I have the right material in here. All right, everybody. This is Steve saying thanks for watching, and we'll talk with you guys later.